Hey, what's up, RGL family? Welcome back to another episode, game pickups and unboxing with your host, MJRetroGamer. That's me. And very excited to show you a couple recent pickups, something that's been out for a minute, and also sharing something you might not know about, a mystery, maybe not a mystery, but at any rate, very pumped. These are some recent pickups I got that looking forward to playing the games and enjoying the games. So here we go. First, gonna start with Metal Storm. This was re-released by Retrobit and published by IREM. And so this was released, I believe, back in 2018, and I did not purchase it. Right, I missed the pre-orders then and getting it. And recently, in another pickups, my last pickups video, I was talking about how I've been trying to get some of the recent re-releases, while they're available, because I've noticed that it's become difficult to get these, and because of the limited publication and limited stock. So before it was impossible to get anything at the original retail value. I wanted to see if this was still available, without having to pay for secondhand eBay prices or Amazon prices. And I was able to find this on the Amazon DE, so I believe the German Deutsch Amazon site. And so I purchased it from there. It was, I believe ended up being 37 or 40-ish US, which I believe is what it sold for, the North America pricing. And it's the standard edition. This is unopened. Now, unfortunately, because it came from across the pond, as they say, it was packaged it was not packaged well. So let me show you how they shipped it. Now, I don't know if this was Amazon shipping with Amazon you have two types of shipping. You have it's fulfilled by Amazon, or it's fulfilled by the merchant being somebody like you or I, or Amazon, where product is sent into Amazon, or it's product Amazon gets directly and then fulfills from their warehouses. So here's the packaging. So it's just like a media envelope, and so obviously this is not providing much protection to whatever the contents are. It had no bubble wrap, so they just inserted this directly into the packaging. And by the time I got it, you can see like the corners were blown out. It came this way. This wasn't from me trying to open it. So both these corners were blown out. And then it's just flimsy cardboard. It's not even like a sturdy cardboard. It's a very thin, soft. It's not corrugated in any way. So I ended up filing a claim and getting a partial refund, because it took probably like 3 weeks to get this. And so I could have gotten a replacement, but there's no guarantee that replacement would have not endured the same fate. So the devil kind of situation. As you can see, it took some damage, I believe in this corner and here as well. There's a slight tear in the top there. I don't know if you can see it. And then some denting, I guess we'll call it, to the box. I don't think the cartridge itself was damaged in any way. Hopefully, I shook it to make sure I didn't hear any loose plastic parts. Um, so I'm comfortable. I would have preferred to have the box pristine. I don't know why. This is just the situation with Amazon now, and um, kind of, I guess, the risk you take with online ordering. But this should have been shipped in a box, or at a minimum, it should have been bubble wrapped and and then placed into a mailer. But it wasn't, and so it is what it is. Now, my intention was not to leave this shrink wrapped, anyways. I do actually have an original Metal Storm, which I should have taken out for this video, but maybe I'll do in a second video when I do the gameplay footage for Metal Storm. But as I've stated before in other videos, it's important to me to support companies that are reproducing original Nintendo and Sega and Super Nintendo games, physical media that we can use in our original hardware. To me, it's very cool that after all this time, that there are people interested in creating and running businesses that are working to get licensing and take the effort and time to remanufacture these products. So as somebody passionate about the hobby and interested in seeing this kind of legacy continue, I figure it's important for me to contribute and to support these companies so that they have the means and the market to continue their business. So here we have Metal Storm. Again, I believe it was released in 2018. I want to say it might have been 2019. Let me see. Actually, it might be on here. Or not. It has the date of the company that I guess does the licensing for Retrobit, but not the when the actual cartridge was released. So at any rate, here we are. So this is Metal Storm. This cartridge, or this game is I don't know that it's rare necessarily, but it's certainly a more desired NES title. It's a platformer, running gun style kind of platformer, and it has the one of the mechanics that is unique to the game, or it might be something found in some other NES platformers, but certainly is known for in this game is where you're able to reverse where you're walking, so you can go from walking normally across the bottom of the screen, and you can flip where you're upside down walking across the top of the screen. Again, I don't think it's something unique to this game. I know there's other NES titles that had that mechanic, but this is certainly one of the more better known and more desired ones that have that feature. So I'm gonna open this up because games are made to be played, but very cool, like silver metallic cover here, and like I said, I have the original version, or the but I only have it cart only. I don't have the box, so I thought it'd be cool to pick this up, have the box, have this be the one that I play, and then that way kind of preserving the condition of the original game that I have. So let me get a I'm gonna get a knife to open this up. Alright. So we've officially broken the seal here. Doing a terrible job at this, sorry. Alright. There's a seam, but I can't get it to open along the seam there. That's what I was trying to do, across the top here. Oh, it's hard to see with the light. I don't want to damage the box any more than it has been already by the shipping. So I have not played this game. So I've not played this game. So obviously I've not beaten this game. But now, now that I have this, let me do my little box opening trick. Let's see. Alright, so we take this guy. Well, let's not do it on the end that's torn. So we're going to wiggle that in there. Can we? There we go. So wiggle this in there. I got a metal ruler. It actually fits quite well. It's the exact size of that opening. And we're just going to very gently work this, although it might be tough because this is the side that was torn, see? So it's kind of catching there where it wouldn't have before. So I'm going to work that out and then go back to the other side. Here, and we'll work that out. Which again is tough because these corners were crushed. See, it's catching right here. There we go. Alright. Alright, so this one, now I don't remember my last video, we opened up Holy Diver. That one was not in plastic. So this one is actually is in plastic. So let me get it out of here. This ruler out of here. So they come in these unbranded game sheaths, and what I've noticed with these is they're very, very poofy. But here's the game. So this one's black. I think there was I don't know if it was just the collector's edition. No, there was a limited run of ones that were blue, maybe, or silver, which would have been cool. But I'm happy with the black. I actually kind of like how that looks. And so it's got the Retro Bit logo on the back with the Metal Storm mech, and then the front label, and then you got IRAM up in the corner here, and then Maelstrom up top. Good quality sticker. It's well positioned. So that's the cartridge. And then we have, so there's actually a poster inside. So I'm probably not going to be able to show you all of this. So this is probably what's making it so poofy. It's an interesting feel. It's almost like it's got like almost like a vinyl texture to the map, like a plastic versus like a paper map. Yeah, interesting. Here, let me see if I can get this unfolded all the way. So there it is. So you got the Metal Storm bot on there, and another version of it on this side. Oops, both very cool. I guess the nice thing about it being this material is it'll probably hold up better than, if it was paper, because I don't think this is paper. If it is, it doesn't feel like it. At any rate, alright, so that's the game. And then, let's see, what else do we have in here? We have the manual. So, full color, quality manual, like very good feel to it. Doesn't feel cheap at all. It's the front, back. So yeah, I mean, there's your controls. That's what I was talking about with the being able to flip up to the ceiling. Gravity flip. So yeah, I mean, really, really good quality. And that's the other thing, with at least with Retrobit. I can't speak to everybody who does this, but I know Limited Games, I think, does a quality product as well. I actually have something coming from them, which I'm looking forward to share on the channel. But I've not. That's going to be my first product from them, so I can't personally speak to the quality, but I know, from reputation and other content creators that they make a good product, right? And I feel the same way with Retrobit. I mean, this is, it's a full color box, good, quality box. It doesn't feel like really thin and cheap. Same with the manual, the poster. Everything is good quality. It's I think it's on par with what would have been released back in the day with Nintendo. These cases, these are not as good as the ones that were originally released, in my opinion. But this is what everybody uses, so I mean, you can't knock Retrobit for that. I mean, this is what's available now, and it's fine. It does the job, right? So I am very, very pumped to have this, and looking forward to creating the Let's Play of this game and playing through it. It's a quality platformer and running gun, and it's a game that I didn't get to experience in my youth, and so looking forward to playing this. Next, this is really cool. So I'm trying to think. I don't think it was. I forget how I found out about this. I don't know if it was like a post that I read or a comment, or I don't think it was another YouTuber. But as a collector, it was really cool to find out that from Square Enix, and this is why I have the screen up down here. This is very interesting. So, again, I think it was through a comment or maybe a Reddit or maybe somebody follow on Twitter. but apparently Square Enix still sells the PS1 and PS2 era games brand new, which is crazy to think that now, in 2020, you can buy, one of those games brand new. And what's funny is when I originally found out about this, went to the site, I'm fairly certain that in here where you see the platforms, you were able to, I think PlayStation 2 and PlayStation were an option here on the platforms. But as you can see, it only has 4, 3, Vita, Xbox One, yada yada. And even if you select all platforms, it only shows their recent releases here. And but you can actually still get PS1 and PS2 games, which is, I just thought it was awesome, brand new. And so even though I have some of these games, I don't think I have all these games, but I have some of them. The fact that I can buy it brand new and break the seal, and it's the greatest hits version, which is fine. I know as a collector, the original versions are probably more desirable or more collectible. Certainly, a higher value because the greatest hits is sort of like a re-release. But even so, it's still a re-release from from the original publisher. It's not like the Metal Storm where it's something being republished and re-released by a third party. These are Sony, Square Enix, just doing like a second run of these games. And so discovering that, I don't know, I thought it was really cool because especially what I've been talking about where GameStop, you can't, they're really kind of at least especially in the stores, it seems like the stock available for those era games, the original PlayStation, PS2, Xbox, and even now like I've been saying, the Xbox 360 and even PlayStation 3, although I consider that a more current console and 360, but the fact that you can get these older generation titles sealed from the publisher, I just think it's really cool. And so like I was saying, now if you look, you don't see them. They're not available in the platforms, but if you go to Google, now I know what the titles are, because I had to search for them. It was kind of like a peck hunt and peck kind of situation. But as an example, so if you do Square Enix, and we'll do Final Fantasy, and then we'll do PS2 in brackets. So right here, see, we have Final Fantasy X PS2. So let me click that. And boom, there you go. Final Fantasy X. That's what the X is for. $19.99, which I think that's a fair price. And this is new. This is not used. This is not refurbished. This is not somebody who reconditioned the disc. This is new from the publisher, stock in a warehouse somewhere. And to me it's super cool that this is available. So what happens if we click on games? Yeah, so see, it's weird. So if you click on games, all platforms Final Fantasy, if you look, you'll only see the new generation titles, right? So it's PS4, PS3, Xbox, Steam, and that's what shows up when you use the filters. so it's kind of hidden. It's kind of like a secret, which is kind of cool. Sorry for repeating myself, but yeah, I mean it's wild to me that that generation is still available um, as new old stock, I guess, for lack of a better term, but directly from the publisher, um, and I guess maybe the manufacturer. And so yeah, so if you want these games, Final Fantasy X for PS2 is one of them. Um, I'm gonna so here, let me show you what I got. Like, I mean, this is really cool, especially like I haven't played a lot of these titles. I've talked about it before. Final Fantasy by far my favorite game. Even though I haven't played a lot in the series or most of the series, for being honest. But I've played Final Fantasy the original, to death, and I love it. Like, I started a new game recently through the Final Fantasy Origins on PlayStation because I've never played that version of it, and the pixel art with that version is like it's been upgraded to be like 16-bit, so more like the Final Fantasy art on pixel art on the Super Nintendo, and it's awesome. Like, it's really cool to see this game that I love, that I grew up with the updated pixel art, the 16-bit graphics, and so I've got a campaign going on that now, and like I said, I've beaten it, multiple times, and I enjoy it as much as the first time I played it, and so now I really want to play through the rest of the series. I've played Final Fantasy 2. I've never played through it all the way myself, and then but I want to play or the North American Final Fantasy 2, but I really want to play through the entire series. So I plan on getting the Famicom carts. I have a Retron 5, so I can use the language patching, and that way I can actually play through the actual sequence all the way versus playing, the North American 1, North American 2, North American 3. I can actually play Final Fantasy 1 and then 2 and the actual 2 and 3, which were not released here, and then 4, 5, 6, etc. But anyway, so the first one I'm going to pull out here is Final Fantasy 9, if I know I'm reading my Roman numerals right. And this is on the PlayStation. Again, so these are the greatest hits, which like I said, is fine by me, but this is pristine. This is shrink wrapped, sealed, never been opened, never been touched by anyone else. The case, no cracks, no scratches, no schmutz, no gamer schmutz. And I mean, it's just awesome. I've never played 9. There's 4 discs in here, and as you can see there, put my thumb on it. That's probably not helpful there. Oh, it's on the front too. But yeah, so and then that's my guy right there, Black Mage, and yeah, so really excited about playing Final Fantasy 9, opening that up. Probably not going to crack the seal now. Next we have Chrono Cross, which is the sequel to Chrono Trigger, and again, look at that, nice and sealed and new and unscathed. I haven't played this as well. I did finally start Chrono Trigger, which I'm playing on my DS. Unfortunately, I do not have a way of streaming that, so I'll have to get a copy of it for a console, so I can actually stream the gameplay. But now I have the sequel for that, and again, this is 2 discs. So nice and sealed. And then this is one I already have, but I wanted to get it sealed. And this is the Final Fantasy Origin. So this is what I was just talking about, where they have the updated graphics, and it's like a 16-bit pixels versus the original 8-bit that's on the original NES version of Final Fantasy. And I think they also corrected some of the bugs, but not all of them. I think the weapons that are supposed to be more effective against certain types of monsters, I don't think that was corrected. But at any rate, so we have the Final Fantasy Origins. And then next we have a couple PS2 titles. First we have Kingdom Hearts. And again, this I've not played Kingdom Hearts. And I know this is a very popular series. And here you can see you've got the, it's hard to see here. I think they call that a Y-fold or something. But yeah, I mean, this is brand new PS2 game. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I think it's crazy cool that that's a thing you can do. And then next we have Final Fantasy X. Again, which is another game in the series that I have not played. And there we go. There's the back of it. So yeah. So that's it. So that's, I've got the Metal Storm, and which is right here. That's and then these brand new PlayStation, Square Enix PlayStation games. It'd be super cool if other publishers did this. I don't know if they do. Or somebody like Atlas. I'm gonna have to check that out. I don't think they do. But PlayStation, if you want any of these titles, which I think is most of the retro titles that are offered, I think I got all of them. I think there's only one. I think maybe 11 might be the only other one that I did not buy originally when I ordered these games. Let's see. Oh no, okay, so they also have the Final Fantasy Chronicles, which has Chrono Trigger, so I will probably be picking this up as well. Even though I do have this as the original, but I'll be picking this up as well. So these titles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they offer the Chronicles. As far as I've been able to find, those are the 6 retro titles that they offer where you can purchase them new. So if you're interested, I will create the links and put them in the comments to help you out so you don't have to find them like I did. And if you find any new links like this, or like I said, from other publishers, please put them in the comments. Like I said, I think it's super cool that you're able to purchase these games new from the original publisher. So yeah, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please comment, like, subscribe, become part of the RGL family. Very passionate about retro gaming. That's really the focus of this channel. So again, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Have a good night.